Hey, Facebook Live. Welcome to another episode of Daily Motivation. 365 days of consistency, doing the same things over and over again until they become habit. And again, if you watch this live, I really appreciate it. And if you watch this later, I also appreciate it. For you taking your time out to watch these videos, and I hope they served you well and touch you. And maybe answer some questions that you may have in your life or you might be struggling with. Hey Miriam, thank you for watching. So I want to talk about mood change, and the power of our choice. And if you haven't already, please like, please share, please comment, and definitely check out my book, Destiny on Purpose, How to Get What You Truly Want Out of Life, where I go a little bit more deep in our subject that we're going to talk about today. And our subject is don't let others change your mood. See, I used to be the type of person that I would always mirror other people in my life, friends, family, and if you were upset, I was upset. If you were sad, I was sad. If you were vengeful, I was vengeful. If you had a problem, I had a problem. I used to live in an area, if somebody had a problem with you, you had a problem with them. And we used to get into fist fights and scuffles just because other people would change our moods. Until one day I realized, Rich, you're not an independent thinker. You're a dependent thinker. Because if someone else can change you, change your mood, change your vibration, change the way you see things, that means they have all the power. So I'm literally a slave to other people. Until it finally hit me that my choices weren't my own choices. My choices were based on other people. So if I'm sitting with my father and he's upset about something and he starts getting an attitude, I start getting an attitude. And I remember one day, the day I caught myself, and it was a day that really shifted me, was I was with some family members. We were at a barbecue, and I remember waking up that day being in a great mood. Going to the barbecue, being in a great mood. And I'm at the barbecue, suddenly I realized I was not in a good mood anymore. Like I was upset about something. And then I was conscious of it. That's when I caught it. I was like, why are you upset, Rich? Why are you so frustrated? Then I realized I was because the people around me were. When my father was upset, and my mother was upset, and my sister was upset, and they were talking about all these negative things, and I started getting upset. My vibe started going down until I caught myself. And I was like, wow. I'm letting their thoughts, I'm letting their mood, I'm letting their attitude dictate how I feel. That's when I realized, Rich, you're not an independent thinker. You're a dependent thinker. And until I shifted and I was more conscious that I stopped, now I don't let other people's moods affect my moods. It was T.D. Jakes on a speech once. This speech touched my heart like there's no other. Hey Greg, how's it going? We are not in control of our actions if we are in constant reaction. Very well said. He's a great poet. You got to check his work out. Very well said. That you have to be in control of your feelings, your emotions, and your thoughts in order to control your life. And the reason why many of us are not in control or don't feel like we are in control is because we let others dictate how we feel and or think. So I remember my mom called me once, and this is a true story. I was actually facing, I don't know about jail time, but it was definitely a prison sentence years ago for a DUI case. And I remember talking to my mother about it, and she's frantic. She's like, the lawyer's talking about, you could face some jail time. And I said, yes, Mom, I know. She said, well, and she's saying that you could lose your license. I'm like, yes, Mom, I know. And she says, this could affect you for getting jobs and works in the future. I'm like, yes, Mom, I know. And she's like frantic. And she's stressing out and she's pacing back and forth. She's like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I'm like, everything's going to work out perfectly fine. And she's like, what do you mean everything's going to work out perfectly fine? You have the lawyer, you have the judge, you have the conviction, like all these things. And I'm like, everything's going to work out perfectly fine. This is when I started being able to control myself, control my thoughts, control my actions, control my deeds. And I said, everything's going to work out perfectly fine. And she's like, how do you know that? I'm like, because I know. Because I know. Because I felt it. Because I aligned myself with it. My mind, my body, my soul, my words, everything aligned with everything's going to work out perfectly fine. So I didn't stress about it. I was perfectly chill. And everything ended up working perfectly fine. They ended up dropping the case. They realized that it was a false accusation. And the case was completely dropped. And my mom was like, wow, that was amazing. That's a miracle. I'm like, no, that's alignment. That's alignment. And when you are in alignment with your own self, you can control many aspects that happen to your life. But if you allow others' franticness, you know, I remember when I first one of my Lexus, my mom was like, you know, how are you going to, I didn't have a job at the time. She was like, you don't have a job. How are you going to get a Lexus? You know, you need to be more practical. You know, you need to stop being in the clouds. But I didn't let her words affect my mood. I still felt upbeat about it. I was like, I'm going to get this car. I don't know how, but I'm going to get this car. And now it's in my driveway. See, everything can happen. You can dictate and control your life, which I talk about in Destiny on Purpose, how you get what you truly want out of life. You can really, truly control and dictate your life only when you are solely in control of your mind, your words, your feelings. I like to point at the heart, because your heart, that's a whole other subject. And your deeds. And those can align, you can dictate and control your life. But only when those four things are in complete alignment. And it was T.D. Jakes that said once to me, in a great speech, he said, don't be vengeful because they're vengeful. Don't be angry because they're angry. Don't be upset because they're upset. Don't change yourself. Don't change who you are for other people, for their actions, for their moods. As you can be steadfast in your own feelings, your own mood, your own, who you are really. And who you are is your actions, your words, your feelings, and your thoughts. When you align those, you are creating yourself. And like the great Alan Watts said, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. And when you can control who you are, that's when you can control your life. But it's easy to let other people's moods, other people being upset, other people being scared, other people being worried, other people being fearful, other people being angry, upset, and revengeful. And it's easy to jump into that wave and say, oh yeah, I feel angry too. You know, I'm upset too. It's easy. But it takes mastery, true on self-mastery, to say, it doesn't matter how anyone else feels. I know my mood. I know where I'm going. I know how things are going to work out, because everything always works out for us. And when you can align yourself in that, it doesn't matter what anyone says or does. You can still be upbeat. You can still be positive. You can still be happy. You can still be smiling. Because that is creating the life that you want. When you can place yourself in a positive state, always, and embody that positive state. Again, your mind, your thoughts, your words, your feelings, and your deeds align to a positive, highest version of yourself. That means you are creating the highest version of yourself. And you are attracting the things that highest version of yourself has in its, Abraham calls your vortex, but your wishes, your wants, your desires are all there waiting for you. You just have to keep your mood upbeat and positive. And when you could do that on a consistent basis, you're attracting everything you want out of life. Again, this is Rich Fontaine. Juan, thank you for watching. Miriam, again, thank you for watching. Greg, thank you for watching. Either you could agree with me or not agree with me, but either way I feel, this was a successful conversation. Love is love. I appreciate all of you. I hope this serves you well. Please like, please share, please comment. Namaste.